Yeah, I switched it to like a not my 1080 encoder, so it's running on like the native one, whatever that means. It should be okay.
Okay.
I hope so, because if you can only do this once, or have to like grind to do it all over again. It's
Yeah.
a huge grind. It's like a massive amount of experience points. I think it was 2,000 per level up to like level 10, and then from like or 11, and then from that you have to get 44,000 experience points, and there was only so many, you know, like these daily quests and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just a huge amount of grinding, and then you get and we're just waiting on one of my buddies, Gecko, to join. He should be joining us any moment.
Nice.
There, we're just gonna do this. And yeah, so you get, I'll go to it in game. You get, well, I don't know if I click on it if I'll just start it, so I don't want to click on it, but you get 3 big diamond chests, and I've just started playing this game, so I'm trying to figure out what all this stuff is. So like this diamond chest is 3 capsules and a crap ton of shards. Um, you need about 3,000 shards to get a champion card, which is the highest rated card. And we can quickly just look at some of the decks in here that I have going on. I like to do like small changes. So this is my main deck that I've been playing called Mr. Freeze, and then I'm doing like different directions with it. Like this one's more like an undead deck that I'm like burning cards a lot and like killing them and reviving them and stuff. So if we look in here on Twitch, if people are on Twitch, let me take a look at what that looks like, because I have
They have
this.
a little deck tracker thing.
Yeah, there's like an integration. Okay, so you see that. That's cool. And I got that downloaded and integrated. So like with this one over here, this, what's up? What's
What's
up?
up, dude?
That's my buddy Gecko, Tristan. You
Sup?
may have met
Hi.
Emmanuel before.
I've never met, but I think you're Levi's nephew, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Cool.
So just showing him this this undead deck, and saying that how like Twitch people have this little tracker on the left hand side that they can manipulate
It's
stuff out.
acting a little bit weird, but
Yeah, that's not surprising, I guess.
we'll see. See if it.
I'm like switching between some stuff, and it's a little, between like me and real time game and the Twitch stream, it's probably a little laggy. But
Yeah.
now that we got everybody, let's just do it. Let's open this. I'm really excited to open it because I have not done this before.
Wait. I know you're excited, but I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
I feel like
oh
I
yeah.
feel like I need a little bit of like catch up here. How long have you been playing this game? You know, how to like show me a card? How does it work?
Oh yeah, sure. All right, I can give you that like 2 minute rundown to 2 to 4 minute rundown. So I've been playing this for maybe like 2 weeks, and it's from the creators of League of Legends, Riot Games, and it features several regions of cards that have their kind of own shtick. So when it comes to like a card battler, like one of the regions is really good at like things like being elusive, which means that they can only be defended against by another elusive cards. So they have this kind of like illusion.
Flying.
Sometimes, well, kind of, yeah, like flying in Magic, a lot like flying, like in Magic. There's other cards that have challenger that they can drag another card into battle, and that there's a whole like region that kind of has a focus on that sometimes, and then there's like mini focuses within each region itself. Like let's say take this region for example, the Shadow Isles. They have spider cards, but they also have undead cards, but they also have like kill magic spells. So like there's like a layering of things that specific regions do well, and then it's up to you to combine up to 2 regions together to create, you know, what you think is the best deck, you know. So we have right now 7 regions in the game. There's a crap ton of cards. All the ones in dark are ones that I don't necessarily own, or no, that's not true. You have to look at these dots at the bottom. They tell you if you own that card, because like this could just mean that I can't select it for my current setup, you know, because I only have these 2 and this is outside of my region. So don't look at just darkness, but like, you know, I have a lot of cards. The game gives you a ton as you pick regions to where is it here? Something collection, no, rewards, here we go. So you have like 25 levels per region with some boosting going on depending, I don't know what controls the boosting, to be honest, but they give you a ton of stuff as you play. You don't get a bunch of experience. Go ahead.
How many cards is your deck? Like
40 max.
Okay. Max?
So, max.
What? There's a max limit?
There's a max limit. There's a nasty deck out there that's a burn deck that just is like you go into the deep when you've burned half your cards. There's like certain buffs cards you'll get, and it's a nasty deck with this champion card, a really strong card called Nautilus. I could show it a little of it to you, maybe quick.
I've put Nautilus in League, kind of the anchor.
Yeah, exactly. So again, the champion cards are going to be people from League. So, and there's a lot of people to pick from, you know. So they're updating the game. It's new. Let's see, Nautilus I think is in this deck that I have. I think so. So there's like Terror of the Tides. So deep means that half your deck has been burnt. So it's a burn deck with this deep buff. And when that goes, it just goes off. If a guy can get that off, which you can do pretty quickly.
So there's no minimum deck number limit?
No, it's 40. You gotta have 40 cards.
Oh, so it's 40 minimum and maximum.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think I could save with less. And you can have up to 6 champions in a deck.
Okay,
and
that makes sense. Because I was gonna say, like, card games are all about probability, and so like lowering your deck size is a way to break the game, and then you just draw the same cards every time.
Right. So
you got a combo deck.
If you run out of cards, the game is over.
All right.
So that there's that only has happened to me about once when that was against like one of the Nautilus decks. There's this guy Maokai. If you burn 25 out of the 40 cards in your deck, so that are just been tossed, which means you obliterate it from the bottom of your deck. He gets to be where is it? So you obliterate the enemy deck, and you just leave 4 non-champion cards in your deck. So in 2 turns, like 2 attack turns, the game is over. After that, because he just kills your whole deck down to 4 cards. So it's just kind of it's not easy to get this off. It takes some time, obviously, because 20. But anyway, we're getting really into the weeds here. We're if anybody's on Twitch, they came for a reason, and I'm super excited. I've been waiting all day to do this. Yeah, we're on Twitch, bro.
Yeah. All right.
So we're just gonna open this pupper up. We're gonna. So there we go. There's all 3 diamond chests, and I actually got a +1 capsule on top of that last night because I was just bored, and I don't know if I'm gonna do this ever again because there's a lot of grinding to get. I mean, it's 50 cards, right? So it's kind of a big buff to the game. So and a 1 champion card guaranteed. So that's nice. So I'm gonna hit the button. There it is. I think it's doing it. So sorry, we'll see what the champion is first, or do I even have an option? Alright.
Yes, this is loud.
Did it get really loud?
Yeah.
Alright, I mean it is exploding chess. So we got some regions that I don't play normally. The Lonely Poro. Poro is cool. There's a card out there that will combine all your Poros on the field into one Poro, and he's called like a Cloud Poro or something.
Hmm.
It's a pretty cool card.
Super Poro.
It is like he's got like a sword.
He's like the Megazord of Poros.
Absolutely.
Is what you're telling me.
Mhm.
And you're not using this guy. I'm disappointed.
You know, that's just the way she goes. Let's see what else. Deal 1 to enemy next says some burst cards, and so like a burst card can be played anytime. There's like so this game like really focuses on like order of people and like retaliating to things. It's got some interesting depth, let's just say. I'm gonna move on to the next one. So these are all greens, nasty. They didn't even give me any blues. We're getting, and these wild cards are cards that you can spend on any card from any deck as long as they're that rarity. So there's like 3 ways to get a card. You can pay money for it, you can use a wild card, or you use shards, which you get for like if you have a bunch of extra copies or something, like you're just gonna get some shards back.
Was that a good thing?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't force you. Could just play it, you know, a couple months in you'll have enough cards to really make an impact, and you'll have enough shards from these like chests and these drops that you'll be able to buy whatever you really need if you wanted to go anything specific.
What's your favorite deck?
There's some cool ones out there. There's this like control deck. It's called like Dingers. It's like it's one of the champion control.
Yeah. Dude, I used to rock Dinger hard.
Did you? Okay.
He's really funny looking.
Oh, I got another Ledros. Nice. This card is nasty, dude. This card, if you can get this card to drop plus like another one that just takes a unit of yours and deals damage to anything, which then I usually target the Nexus, you can pretty much end a game within about a turn. If you can pull the combo off, you know, usually it's when you're pulling this card, like, you know, you're either way ahead or shit's hitting the fan, and you needed to really to do some quick damage. Like, but I've also won games where the guy's been at full health. I draw this card and he has like a 10-7 because like I have other cards to buff my units. So like I'll draw him and hit this card drawn, dropped him to 10 health, and then I did that spell card and the next turn during the other guy's attack phase, because so he was about to end the game and kill me, but then I just quickly dropped the spell that just took his attack damage and then hit his Nexus and won the game. So just like in one turn turned it around, like being at like 2 health, you know, like it's just a nasty card to have sometimes.
Nice.
These stun cards are cool. So the Dinger control deck I think is a part of this region. This Minotaur Reckoner, maybe not, but basically how he plays is there's a lot of recall cards in that. So let's say I played this Commander Ledros, the other guy would drop like a low cost recall card, like a 4, and just screw my whole system up. And I've been beat hard lately by that Dinger control. Just because my deck's a very like draw a big unit and just waste all my mana in one turn, and if you can stop me from doing that, I lose. Like that's it.
Huh.
This is a good drop. We got 2 blues, 3 blues, and an epic card. This is a beautiful chest. Oh, this is the first of my diamond chests. Maybe.
So it's like the little gem thing on the bottom middle of the card. Does that show? Is that like its rarity?
Yeah. So this is the green, then blue, then purple, and then yellow, or like orange, yellow, gold, I guess.
Make it rain.
I know, right? We're just moving through here. We got that one last drop in that chest was fantastic.
So do you have to have misfortune to use Make It Rain?
What do you mean misfortune? What's that mean?
Oh, Miss Fortune. She's like one of the league champions.
Oh,
That's like her move from the game.
oh, that's okay. So that's her move now. You don't need to have her played.
Oh.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know they used like the abilities as part of the card names like that. That's pretty neat the way they implemented the league into this game because I didn't spend too much time in league, so this is all just new to me. My roommate spends a lot of time in league. These cards are nasty too. Pick an enemy, 2 allies strike it. Like in this case here, there's cards out there that make 2 enemies or an ally and an enemy battle, and then damage is played out both sides. And with this card, damage is played only one way, so that's really a nasty card. If whoever plays that region should definitely be using that, or I would be. I do want to make a couple region changes. I was kind of waiting for this big drop of cards to do it. There's some blues here.
So, the little stats in the bottom left and right corner of all the cards, are those like their attack and defense?
So attack and health.
Oh.
There's only one concept of defense, and that's like a barrier that nullifies all damage.
Oh.
And there's no like shielding. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There's other status that is ephemeral, and you're like kind of like you'll die that turn the minute you attack or the turn ends. And there's also a different one for like the hand, like when it's in your hand, there's a different word for it. But that's kind of, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. As far as like status effects, there's like Frostbitten, which will nullify your attack power. So you could still defend. You're not like, so there's a stun, right, that just caused, you're unable to defend. And then there's also a frostbite that just takes your attack power and makes it 0 for that round.
There's a lot of wild cards.
There's a lot of wild cards. And I'm grateful for that, because then you can kind of just, like if you want to try some like wild tactics of stacking 3 of any one card in a deck, because with 40 cards, and if you put 3 of anything in there, you're bound to pick it up during a game, right? So that you can really, it's fun, it's a deck builder, it's fun.
Nice.
There's a lot of, and I like how much free stuff they give you. This is probably like some of the most free stuff I've seen a deck builder give anybody ever. Like Hearthstone was just not very giving. I don't have any experience with like the Magic the Gathering games. Free to play. What's that like, Emmanuel? Do they give away a bunch of cards?
He's done disappeared.
No, we lost him. This is a great card. Give two allies +3 this round. And then it being a burst card, they can't counter it, so if it's like so there's like a fast card. If you play a fast card, the player will have an opportunity to counter completely, and it's like a phase, but a burst doesn't have that phase at all. So it will also not break your phase. So like, let's say it's your turn to lay a card and you play a burst first, it won't pull you out of that phase. It's a minor detail that can be useful for some decks. This is a good chest, this part. But we're almost over.
It's almost done.
Tons of shards. So I got about 700 per chest so far. Oh, nice. Which is almost another champion card. It's like 2/3 through it. Oh, they gave me a champion wild card. That's really nice.
Champion wild card and 2 expedition token. So it's like, what do you do with expedition tokens?
2,000. So there's a mode called Expedition where you kind of like, it's kind of like Hearthstone's Builder, not Builder, um, Draft, where you just get a bunch of options and you select one of 3 selections for about, I think it's like 15 turns. And you build a deck of about 30 cards, give or take, that you run through a 7 battle expedition, right? And if you win all 7 of those battles with 1 fail per battle, so if you lose 1, you'll get 1 more shot before getting kicked out completely. But if you can win 7 battles, you know, regardless of the amount of losses you had, you'll go on to like the next level of expedition. And the nice part is when you hit that next level of expedition, it's actually available both times. So let's say you failed in trial 1, it's called, of the first expedition, and you've unlocked 2 of them previously, right? Like you've gone to the next level, right, quote unquote, and then lost in that level last week. This week you'll get an opportunity to do that trial 1, they call it, and if you fail, it's not over anymore. You'll get to still try that trial 2 because you've unlocked it. You know, so far that's my experience. I don't know, like that's
like a checkpoint.
It's kind of like a checkpoint, yeah. So it's like you'll basically, by beating one of them, I've unlocked the ability to do more than 1 a week within the same token, which is really nice because that just like doubles your chances to get experience points. You get more experience in this game based on what ranking you are too. So like when you beat those early day games, because like the more you win, the less they give you eventually. But they'll start you off at a higher rate too. So it's like everything in this game seems to be oriented like the more you play it, the more will reward you, instead of just the static, like, you know, let's say Rocket League will give you the same 700 points every time for everything you do. So like that's kind of an interesting twist when it comes to Runeterra.
Yeah, it sort of locks you in for a while.
If you could, you know, if you like getting rewards and stuff like that, and you can spend, if you do spend more time, the more you'll get more by spending them. That, like, you know, not necessarily exponentially because you're spending a lot of time, right? But you'll get a bunch more stuff, and you can like not necessarily have to spend money soon. You can, like, again, within like a couple months of like some serious rank play at battles, and, you know, trying out decks and stuff and using all these wild cards. I mean, I have probably at this point a ton.
So on that note, there's not too many like forced microtransactions that you really have to worry about getting all the time.
No, not really. It's more like I have 8,000 shards. I did buy stuff because I wanted cosmetics, of course. but
the gamer condition.
I know, it's just like, it's like, oh, I'm playing this game for like, I play this game for like 20 some hours. I guess I'll buy something. You know, like, I want my game to look nice while I play it for some more hours. So I bought some stuff. But yeah, like a wild card or a green card is only 100 shards. I have 34 wild cards for the greens, which is a lot of cards, you know. And that could just be like an extra 1 of them. I could unlock a whole new set. 17 blue wild cards, and I got epics. I don't see one. 6 epics, so a little bit less of those, and only 2 champion wild cards. So like, a lot of the S decks want you to stack those champions, because I'm realizing there's a few layers of it where you can really choose to build your game around a champion, and you really want to summon them. And if you stack your deck with 6 out of the 40, there's a really good chance you'll hit that. But like a lot of those decks, you'll need to hit that stride to win, right? So I've also lost to like no champion decks. So it's definitely got some cool variant strategies. People are really trying a lot of cool things out, and it seems like there's a lot of variety. So that's kind of why I play it.
Nice. The little deck add-on on Twitch was working as well in there this time.
Sweet. Well, that was the unboxing. Thanks, boys, for joining me. Thanks everybody on the Twitch stream. We're posting it on YouTube, so if you guys want to jump back and watch our beautiful faces get amazed.
Watch it again.
Watch it
and
again.
then watch it a second time after that.
Go to your mom's computer and watch it from her computer, and then take her cell phone and watch it from there.
Yeah.
And go to the school
Ask
computer.
all your friends to watch it.
Make Loot Saga the school computer homepage for me.
Make the loot chest your desktop.
Yeah, and then go onto the merch store and buy the sweater.
And then when you're done with that, do more stuff.
Go to my Patreon
stop.
and just give me tons of money. I'll send you dirty photos of me eating lollipops. I'll be your Bella Daphne.
Alright.
Well, now you just lost all the people who were making the loot chest their desktop.
Yeah, probably. Like, can you imagine me swinging in on a wrecking ball that's a loot chest? Anyway.
I choose not to.
All right. Well, thanks guys for joining. That was fun. I was super excited to open that up, and now
Would you say it was worth it?
it was immortalized. There were some good ones in there, and I think I got a ton of wild cards, which kind of gives you the ability to do what you want. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, is that like you're getting rewarded some cards, but you're also getting a bunch of wild cards to make your own choices. And I think that's I don't know if any online game, like online card building game, that gives you wild cards. I don't recall that from being like a Hearthstone feature. I don't remember that.
Yeah, Arena does that. I think a bunch of them do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Does Magic do that one? Do that too?
Yeah, that's what I meant by Arena. Yeah, Magic Arena.
Maybe that's where they got the idea. It's like this game's like a meld of a few games, but they do everything they're doing well.
I don't think it was Arena's original one. I don't think that was Magic's original idea. I think they ripped it off from somebody too.
That's fair. I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, that's how I like, that's incentivizing me to play, because like now I'm not just hoping, for like something. Now I get some cool stuff that maybe it's like really dope. Other times it's just kind of like, sometimes it just makes you think differently about like how you're approaching. I like to play a lot of decks because it's just like,
yeah,
that's part of the fun for me. It's like finding out that new deck, and it takes like 10 hours to grind that deck out. See what works, see what doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Did you get any cards that like you're gonna definitely add, or is gonna boost one of your decks, or allow you to make a new good deck? Or
I saw some that there's a couple blue drops and epic drops that were in regions that I want to start building into, so that looked good. And then one of my favorite cards that was that Ledros that dropped that 9, because I only had one of them, and he's an epic. And I could really used another one, but I didn't really want to spend the epic card yet, because he was working fine in my deck. I didn't really need another one, but now that I have 2, I kind of want to build that deck out, because it's like, this is like a deck, like a long deck. I don't know how to say this. So like a deck that will really crush you in late stages of the game. So a lot of my early cards are just biding the time to draw like these overwhelm cards that will do damage beyond your health. So if like a guy's defending with 4, I'd still do 3 damage to the Nexus. Late game cards like Anivia, which is like a Frost Eagle, that if she gets killed in battle, she'll just turn into an egg, and then once I hit 10 mana, which is the max mana in any given game, she'll revive completely, and then I can continue to defend and kill her, and she'll continue to revive every round.
Wow.
And then she also does a lot like damage to everything when she attacks, and that really can change the flow of an end game. And same with like these overwhelm Karms and Ledros, like so like I have a lot of these straight kill cards, because what I am in this deck, Mr. Freeze specifically, is what I'm trying to get after is I'm biding my time, right? So I'm killing your champions, and I'm killing the things that you're dropping that's supposed to help you win the game, until I get my ability to take these big 6s and 8s, and then Ledros if I get to them, and just because like I have other cards down here the spawn right here is Babbling Bjerg, is summon a unit with 5+ power, and all my 5+ power units are these units up here. It's Turdamir, it's Ledros, it's not Anivia, she's just like gonna be, but this guy right here, and that literally these 4 cards make up my 5+, and I have 2 cards that summon that, so I have a 50-50 getting, not 50-50, but I have like, one of these 4 cards will come in if I spawn that guy.
Nice.
So it's like I have myself set up to make sure I draw this high number card at some point in the game, hopefully later, and I can do some like, quick kills. And then I also have a lot of cards that do +1s, 2 cards that I'm drawing from the top of my deck. So like I have like these low guys, but like grant the top 3 units 1/1. So like if I can kick this off and then get a Braum, which is a challenger card that regenerates, like a 2/6 Braum is devastating in a game if you can't kill him. And then by the time you're focusing on Braum trying to kill him, I'm about to spawn one of these fatties. And then
Yeah.
and then just to have Braum take anything that's a threat and just like take that damage, and then my fatties just do the work. So it's a weird deck. I've done well with it so far, but there's a few other decks out there that really, like the Dinger deck. That thing stops me dead in my tracks. That's the only one I've seen dead to rights do this to me. Any other deck so far I've been able to because this is like a minor control deck as well. So it's like a control with like superstar cards.
You like a control deck that can like turn the corner pretty fast when you're ready to.
Right. If I have the right cards lined up, and I have some cards that help me support that, that works well. If the other deck is a very quick moving deck and can end the game within 6 to 7 turns, that's an issue for me as well. Like that Nautilus deck, because he's just burning cards. It doesn't matter if you kill his cards because he's just burning them, and then he's drawing them from his graveyard. So it's like the Dinger deck and the Nautilus deck are my 2 biggest threats to winning games most of the time. So it's kind of, and those are like S tier decks, allegedly from some of the ranking Mobalytics and some weird sites, that do this stuff.
Is yours kind of a homebrew, or is your deck tiered like an established archetype?
This is a homebrew. Just messing around with what they gave me, early game. I don't have too much options without blowing, a bunch of wild cards on something that I might or might not like. So I kind of wanted to see what the field was like before I committed to anything. And I've got some good ideas. I like that Dinger deck a lot. I'm probably going to build that one because I have half those cards anyway. And just kind of see where that takes me. And then I hit silver in ranking recently too, so I'm working my way up there.
Do you think you see yourself playing this game a lot in the future?
I don't know. Maybe. I think so, for at least the short term. I'm gonna probably do it. Yeah, I've had some fun. I've had a lot of fun in the battles. I've had a lot of fun with this deck in particular in the battles because I think I'm a person that loves like the underdog turnaround, where you're just like, you think you got this game locked in, and I just like, uppercut, knockout, game over. I've had a lot of fun doing that. But then, as you play something a lot, you want to try other things out, and there's a lot of variety. So I find myself like during meetings at work sometimes I can just load this up because it's super casual. You got a lot of time. But yeah. But I'm gonna end this official video session. We can stay on Twitch and keep playing stuff. But thanks for checking us out. Give me a follow on the Twitter if you got a Twitter. That is my primary area of news at the moment.
You're a tweeter.
Yeah, I do some tweeting. There's a sweet pitch a game thing going on right now that if you just go hit that hashtag on Twitter, you'll see 100+ games that are in development that are ranging from indies to things that are going to be like all of them most likely going to be on Steam. The vast majority of them, if they do end up completing their projects, will be on Steam because that's Steam is just as easy as ever at this point to put games on there. So there's some cool stuff going on, and I retweeted the ones I liked, so you can check out the ones I liked. You can check out the ones that are posted. And then also there's a lot of traction going on in things like the Indie World Order, so you can give them a follow as well if you're already on there. Thanks again. I will catch you guys later. Thanks Tristan, thanks Manuel for jumping on and
Yeah, this is awesome.
checking it out. What do you guys think? Would you guys play this game?
I might. It's a strong maybe from me.
I would watch you play and then see. I play Magic more as a compulsion than something that's like, something that I enjoy necessarily at this point. So
Right on. Yeah, no, I'll definitely stream some.
I like building decks for sure.
Yeah, same. That's just been like the core thing here, and there's like some of the battling is a little different than some of the other guys are doing it, so it's keeping it a little fresh, which is what helps, definitely. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I'll stream a little bit more later, and then yeah, you can make that call maybe. And there's like a PvP element too that we can just battle each other, so you just pick your friend and try decks out and stuff. So it's kind of fun.
All right, cool. Yeah, I might be back in a little while.
All right, take it easy.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.